Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer here for another episode in Gavtia's adventure through Eorzea. We are in the Heavensward quest series, Heavensward expansion pack. Let's see where we're at. We are at Onward to Sharlayan, level 57. All right. According to Y'shtola, Matoya has been living as a hermit on the fringes of Sharlayan in the Dravanian Hinterlands. The journey will take you west through the Dravanian Forelands. In order to prepare, Alphino suggests that you first return to Ishgard, make your way back to the Holy See, and rejoin your comrades at the Aetheryte Plaza. All right. We also have The Rise and Fall of Gentlemen, which is the Hildibrand quest series, which is just really, really silly. And we've had some heavy-duty questing lately, so I wanted to break it up a little bit with just complete silliness. Nashu, former assistant of the late Inspector Hildibrand, is investigating rumors regarding unusual zombie behavior. However, she has made little progress thus far, and so Wymond has asked you to seek her out and offer whatever assistance you can. Considering her recent frustrations, Wymond suspects that Nashu can be found praying at the grave of her mentor in Camp Drybone's Lich Yard. So, let's head over there. And eat our eggs for XP. So I got the Reaper job up to level 81, so I wanted to kind of catch up with Bard, which is why we're on that today. All right, so this is Nashu Makaraka. Nashu says, "Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies." Wait, zombies? Ah, you there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least that's what I'm trying to be. I'm not quite as Let me try that again. At least that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as he made it look. Inspector Hildibrand was a great man, a real Eorzean hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the Inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was the final case. The case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he... This is all a joke, a big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now, you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise! Had you all fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh. Hildibrand Manderville, beloved son. They say no one remembers the warriors of light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector. No. Gentleman hero Hildibrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. I just got to ask why she has a Band-Aid on after 5 years. So I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie, who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him. Again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him, but now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thanalan, you might find them. And then you could, you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yes, that's sure to work. I don't know too many zombies who are willing to converse with you nicely. I've never tried making friends with a zombie, but I don't see why it would be hard. Just moan, groan, and pretend to be dead. All right. Participate in the fate fallen corpses writhe in style in southern Thanalan. All right, the description. After waiting 5 years for her mentor to return, Nashu was devastated by the revelation that Inspector Hildibrand did not survive his journey to Dalamud. She then swore to carry on his legacy as an inspector himself, but has struggled to live up to his example. Her current investigation into a horde of dapper zombies has reached a standstill. However, with your help, she believes she might finally locate the zombies' leader. Travel to southern Thanalan and attempt to befriend any dapper zombies you encounter, or, failing that, slay and search them for clues. Okay. Let's see where we're at. We gotta go. We'll go to Forgotten Springs. Oh, good. Uh-oh. I only have 2 minutes remaining. I'm never gonna make it to the end of this time. Maybe. I'm You're neither a gentleman nor a zombie. Oh, just barely. Oh, just barely failed it. Ah. That was quick. That only took about 5 minutes. Nice. Achilles. Do not disturb our practice. Some of these conversations are hilarious. Be gone, villain. Leave the gentle dead men in peace. Do not disturb our practice. Gentleman is rather than does. You are neither a gentleman nor a zombie. All right, show the curious parchment to Nashu. Okay, let's go, we'll fly back to her. And go down Camp Drybone. Okay, so it takes about 5 minutes to respawn, which is good. Didn't have too much of a wait. Nashu says, "Did you find the zombies?" "You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So tell me, what did you learn?" "We found the curious parchment writ upon this map of the Sigoli Desert. In a flamboyant flowing hand are the words, 'A gentleman is rather than does.'" That's decidedly vague. Promise of payment there. "Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends? That's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sigoli Desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written there. 'A gentleman is rather than does.' That sort of reminds me of, well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onward to the Sigoli. Okay. Let's go to the Sigoli Desert. All right, Nashu, let's see what you got to say now. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we've come in peace, and when the leader shows himself, we strike. What will you call out? I will go whither the wild rose blooms. A gentleman is rather than does, or show yourselves, foul fiends, or nothing. Let's do a gentleman is rather than does. Okay. Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Oh, dear God. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Well-spoken, zombie. Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! No, it's an airship! No, it's the inspector! We hear and we obey. Meanwhile, Gev's going, what the F? It is you! It really is you! I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildibrand. Zombie Brand. Hildibrand? Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombie Brand, devourer of brains, undead overlord extraordinaire. What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord, you're a gentleman inspector. Inspector Overlord. Inspector Overlord. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours. Oh, God. Stay your hand, milady. You know not what you do. A grin. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more likely to liquefy my... Nashu says, if crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. Zombie Brand says, see, even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... death. That smile at the end. Oh my God. Perturbed gentleman says, normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Nashu says, he remembers me. Inspector Hildibrand remembers me. Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Poor Gav is like remembering things he really doesn't want to remember. kind of flower in his hair. Ah, such a sweet dream. I slew a dragon and... What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? Welcome to the undead life. Oh my. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, hath awoken at last. Nashu says, I always knew you'd come back to us. Hildibrand says, be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine gentleman be? Could be perhaps... Let me try that again. And who might this fine gentleman be? Could he perhaps be one of my many Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness? Could it be a case? God. Nashu says, amazing, isn't it? He wasn't dead. He was just badly injured and needed to hibernate. I didn't even know people could do that. Back in the saddle. A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildibrand from his true calling. Verily, Hildibrand says, verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby, dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha, the Sogoli Desert. I'd bet my life on it. Which means Ul'dah is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildibrand shall soon deliver you from evil. Okay. Which way did he go, Gav? Did you see? Oh dear, I've got to find him. Ah, and change my outfit too. I'm open to something not as torn up as his. Question the residents of Ul'dah on the steppes of Nald. Okay. All right. Question the residents of Ul'dah on the steppes of Nald. Agnes says, beg your pardon, you wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running around town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts. Silver nettle. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander? What, likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that goddamn duelist. Me mate's pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. I don't know if I can say that again. Oh, it's gonna be inside. Boltulf. Sorry, lad, but if it's information you want, you'd be served best by going to Wymond. The only rumors I've heard are those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, or so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... music roll vendor. I did want to pick that up. The many melodies I hear on my travels throughout these lands. As a musician, I feel compelled to commit these notes to parchment that they may be shared with interested audiences. I think every city-state has some music, and it's all usually the main themes of the area. All right, now we gotta go back to Wymond. I take it you've dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So, do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies? I got disconnected from the server because of my lovely internet. So let's talk to Wymond again. I'm gonna eat another egg. I take it you dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So, do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! The all-almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen, and they're walking the streets of Ul'dah. Hildibrand says, no need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. Reference to Mark Twain there. It's true. He's not a zombie. I checked. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't want to know. Wymond, you do seem to be hale and healthy, which begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Hildibrand says, why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Wymond says, heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Hildibrand says, inconceivable! I refuse to believe the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden, what said her most... Hildibrand says, the knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Sigoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist? Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. Damn it, Hildy, I ain't told you the lass's name yet. Wymond says, after her own heart, Wymond believes it would be best if you assisted Inspector Hildibrand with his investigation. Well, Gav, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. Alright, go to the Weaver's Guild. Like boxes in here. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner, says Hildibrand. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens. This is a takeoff on La Brea during Porta Decumana. For your pure heart. What he said, says Nashu. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's aid. Her side, actually. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Theft, sir, to be precise, my pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Coliseum, I realized it was gone. So, the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon, to coax the hidden clues from your memories. We must reenact that fateful day's excursions to Sunsilk tapestries. I wonder if she has anything else to say. What monster would steal my pure heart? Back to the steps of Nod. Ah, there you go. I'm like running around. I got turned around there. What does Yellow Moon have to say? Oh, I don't know. Are you sure this is going to help? Oh, I wonder what the clothier has. Field gear, it's all level 27-ish, and novelty gear. Oh, best man's jacket? I'm gonna grab those because those are actually nice looking glam pieces. Didn't realize they had them here. I'm glad I stopped and did that. All right. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. Hildibrand says, if I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. Hildibrand says, in any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. All right, I guess we got to go back to the Colosseum now. Conspicuous crates. Oh, they have nothing to say yet. Like, just have the 3 dots. Now she says, that crate's looking at me funny. Okay, that's a little strange, but all right. Yellow Moon says, where could my pure heart be? Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 60 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. Hildibrand says, 120 pounds? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. Nashu says, there sure are a lot of giant crates in Ul'dah, at the Weaver's Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too. Stand back. I am on the verge of unraveling this mystery. I must be allowed to focus. These crates are everywhere, Gav. I wonder what's inside, but I don't see how we can open. Ah, of course, I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun. Oh, God. Nashu's delight. Many cope with grief by taking up new pursuits, such as travel or exercise. Nashu chose to study explosives. Perspiring man. Oh, gods have mercy. Nashu, wow, there were people in there? I guess that explains the breathing and isn't that Yellow Moon's pure heart? Inspector, oh, Inspector, look. At the heart of every crime rests a single unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart. Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it for safekeeping, nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me? What nerve? Sparring mints. Oh, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment. Goddesses? Devotees? But of course. That I had to inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts as... Those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Well-informed woman. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Ellie says, Inspector Hildibrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure. Hildibrand, you would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Huh? Where in the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. All right, what does Ellie say? Having no other recourse, Ellie would instead tell you the identity of the victim. I suppose since you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. All right. Now that we've done a few of those, we'll, there's only so much you can do before you go. That's gonna wear a little heavy on the rest of us. So we will continue Hildibrand's adventures for another day, and we will... Actually, I'm going to turn this Weaponsmith of Legend thing in, because it's been sitting in my quest log forever. Portly Moogle? I like to watch Geralt pound away, but he spends far more time draining a bottle than holding his hammer. He drinks so much, he should have been born a cask of mead, Kupo. Let's see. Small talk. Replica vendor. Greetings, good sir. Are you here to collect your kettle? Ask about kettles. I became Master Geralt's apprentice in hope of training under the realm's greatest weaponsmith. Instead, I'm helping him pay off his debt by mending kettles. Probably just as well, though, seeing as he's hardly ever in a fit state to teach me. I find I make far better progress during my time alone. Alright, let's go talk to Geralt. Got business with me, have you, adventurer? Then there'd better be coin or drink in it. Elsewise, bugger off back to wherever it was you came from. Restoration work on an old weapon, you say? Ha! What makes you think I'd fire up the forge for a grimy old... Promise of payment. Egads, where in the seven hells did you get that promise of payment? I ain't got no coin, I tell you. Nay, not a single bloody gill. Gods, just look at me. And how far I've fallen. Me, the greatest weaponsmith of our age, hammering out dints and kettles to pay off a tavern debt. Can you even begin to grasp me humiliation? Can you? Bah, of course you can't. Why did I ever bother asking? Oh, all right, I'll restore your bloody weapon. Just get that goddamn slip of paper out of me sight. The quest, The Relic Reborn, is now available from Geralt. This job can only be undertaken when playing as one of the following: Paladin, Warrior, Monk, Dragoon, Bard, Ninja, Black Mage, Summoner, White Mage, or Scholar. Oh. Yeah, I know which one I'm going to do. The Dragoon weapon looks really good. In order to accept a Relic Reborn, you must first complete the level 50 quest for one of the previous mentioned jobs. Each job has its own Relic Reborn quest, the completion of which will earn you the Relic Weapon for that job. Please note that you can only undertake one at a time. If you wish to acquire a different Relic Weapon, you must either complete or abandon the current quest. So sadly, you cannot do more than one at a time. I'm going to pick it up on Dragoon. We'll just kind of do them as we go along. I mean, we'll have to... That looks pretty cool. The upgraded one is a shiny white with the dragon at the end of it. It looks really cool. Or maybe a wyvern, I'm not sure which. Geralt has the air of a man defeated. Just let me make one thing clear. It might be as I'm repairing kettles to pay for yesterday's mead, but I still got me pride as a master weaponsmith. You'll get no less than the finest out of me forge. And it might be as you've got that goddamn slip of paper, but it'll only get you so much. Restoring relics like this calls for some rare old materials, and I ain't got none. So if you want the job done, you'll have to run along and fetch them for me. So what is it you want restored? Fancy yourself a dragon slayer, eh? Well, I happen to know just the weapon for you. But wouldn't it be quicker if you had one of the Holy Seas blacksmiths pound one out? Your expression tells me there's a reason why you came to me instead. Well, I ain't one to pry into the affairs of Ishgard. Don't fancy being branded a heretic, see? Also, I don't reckon I'd enjoy the view from the Gates of Judgment half so much as if me head was on a pike. Any road, it's a spear named Gaebolg that you'll be wanting. I have no idea how to pronounce that correctly. I've heard tell it's made of dragon bone, but how it's forged is a jealously guarded secret. Being the genius that I am, though, I reckon I can unravel the mystery if I could just get me hands on a sample. Now then, did you ever hear of Saint Renette, the legendary Dragoon? I only ask because she's supposed to have wielded the very same weapons, see? Story goes that a dragon slew her sweetheart, prompting the old girl to seek out the beast what did it and put it down. Having exacted her revenge, they say she thrust her spear into the ground where the battle was waged, giving up the life of a dragoon to become a woman of the cloth. Unlucky for ye, the valley where the spear sleeps is Ixali territory, a stronghold called Nadalin to be precise, but if your desire's strong, I trust you already know what must be done. Obtain the time-worn Gaebolg from a treasure coffer in Nadalin. Yeah, let's go do that. I believe there's fates that you can do in Ishgard territories, like Dravanian Sea of Clouds and things like that, that will get you items that you need to have to upgrade it. So as long as we're going through Heavensward anyway, let's grab up the items that we need to do this. Oh, there's the treasure coffer. It's a spear named Gaebolg that you'll be wanting. I've heard tell it's made of dragon bone, but how it's forged is a jealously guarded secret. Being the genius that I am, though, I reckon I can unravel the mystery if I could just get me hands on a sample. Now then, did you Yeah, we heard all that. Okay. Time-worn Gable. The relic spear is in such poor repair as to render it unfit for use. Well, bugger me, never in me wildest, drunkest dreams did I imagine you'd actually find the bloody thing. So I'll have to fire up the forge after all. Having said that, the relic's in far worse shape than I thought. It ain't like to survive much pounding in this state. Truth be told, I'd be worried about sneezing near it. We're gonna need a new host what'll give itself for the restoration. Bring me a champion's lance, one with 2 grade 3 savage aim materia melded to it. This will serve as the vessel for the restored relic. Remember, that's 2 grade 3 savage aim materia. Aught less, and you'll get naught from me no matter how many slips paper you wave in me face. Okay. Deliver a materia enhanced champion's lance to Geralt. Wonder if he requires a specific type. Well, you know what? Let's go back to Gridania. I want to make sure I buy the right lance, too, so I'm going to check this one real quick. Bloody lance head? Where'd he get that at? Oh, you get it out of the Wanderer's Palace. Oh, my. I wonder if I have to make it. Let's see if we can actually buy it. Got a feeling it's going to be brutally expensive. So to answer the question, yes, you did have to have a specific lance. Champions, lads. Okay. All right. I actually can make that one. Okay. It'll be cheaper for me to make it. Spruce lumber. Keep forgetting what class I have to be this. Oh, woodworking. Okay. Let's change to woodworker real quick. I don't know why they call it carpenter, not woodworker, when they call everything else woodworker stuff. Requires 318 control. Do I have that? Yes. I'm gonna upgrade my woodworker stuff though. That bumped our craftsmanship and control like way up. Let's eat some food. Sweet. All right, now we need materia. With 2 grade 3 savage aim. Okay. Beginner's luck. Got an achievement there. I don't even know what it's for. Beginner's luck. Successfully affix 2 materia to the same piece of gear. All right, let's take it back to Geralt. You need to bring me a champion's lance. Okay, we did that. There we go. Do I really want to trade it? Yes. Ah, 'tis a fine base you've brought me. Aye, just the thing to host your relic. I've merged what was left of the relic with the host weapon, so the groundwork's done. Now, don't go jumping for joy just yet. There's still more to do. I need to work on the finishing touches, but due to the reinforcement work I've had to do, the weapon's proven rather stubborn to shape. To get around this, we'll be needing some alumina salts, a substance made by grinding a rock called alumina into fine grades. Unlucky for you, though, it ain't easy to get a hold of. Mayhap you already know this, but there's beasties out there that devour their prey whole, and some of them swallow rocks so as to aid with digestion. The Dorm Chimera, what terrorizes the central highlands of Kurthus, happens to swallow alumina salts for this purpose. Slay the bugger and bring me the alumina salts, and I'll see to the finishing touches on your weapon. The Dorm Chimera can be confronted via the Duty Finder upon examining the quest destination situated at the Weeping Saint in the Kurthus Central Highlands. Please note that the trial of Relic Reborn the Chimera must be completed as a Dragoon. Let's go do it. Okay. Yeah, let's go do some fates while we wait. All right, we got a pop. I got... Oh, gosh. Did I get the item I needed? I wonder if I get it when I exit. Deliver the salts to Geralt. Okay. Just a dozen more kettles, then it's off to the Tav. You again? What in seven hells do you want this time? Alumina salts, fine-grained sand, a fine-grained form of the mineral alumina found in the stomach of the Thorm Chimera. It is believed the creature grinds chunks of alumina ore with its powerful jaws and swallows the resulting powder to use as a catalyst for its fiery breath. And of course the adventurer comes back triumphant. Should have bloody known not even the Chimera would be able to put you out of me misery. Hand over those alumina salts and I'll get right to work. There, deed's done. I've squeezed out every ounce of me skill to restore your weapon, and I think you'll agree it looks the part. Yeah, there's something missing somehow, though I'm buggered if I know what. The piece just lacks a certain glow, as it were. We need to learn more about the relic. Literature surrounding the hero associated with it would be a fine place to begin, but I ain't exactly a scholarly and haven't the slightest inkling where to get me hands on such stuff. As much as I hate to say this, Rowena's probably the one to talk to. Thing is, I'd sooner shove hot kettles up me arse sideways than owe that thrice-damned Harridan another debt. You're gonna have to make yourself useful once again. Take yourself to Rowena and ask for her help, and return here once you learn something about might be of use. Let's go to Mordona. You're looking a bit more run down than before. Your dealings with Geralt taking their toll? Actually, forget I even asked. My mouth tastes of bile if I so much as think of that sorry specimen. So, is there something you need? Literature on the hero of old who once wielded your weapon. I reckon I can find what you need. Might take a bit of time is all. Of course, this ain't a charity I'm running here. I can get you what you need. Or what you want, but you'll have to do likewise for me. I'll track down literature on Saint Renette. For your part, you're to bring me an Amdapor glyph. You'll find this one inside Amdapor Keep, a ruined castle situated in the South Shroud. Clear on the deal? Then run along and fulfill your part of it. Okay, we gotta obtain an Amdapor glyph by completing Amdapor Keep as a Dragoon. Okay. I wonder if I can do it. Where is Amdapor Keep? I'm wondering if we can do it with a trust. All right, I gotta do it in a group. I can't do it solo. While we're doing that, let's go to Kurthus. So Taru says, we managed to find Y'shtola. Given time, I'm sure we'll be reunited with the others as well. Y'shtola says, so this is the Holy See. I should like to linger a while and take in the sights, but it must wait till after our mission. Elfino says, Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian Hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of Gav, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, pray, remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir! Elfino says, first, let us make for Tailfeather. Elfino says, when last we set foot here, Estinian and Eorzea were with us. Though it was not all that long ago, I find myself strangely taken by nostalgia. Y'shtola says, a long soak in the life stream, followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone, but rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. Y'shtola is ready to press on westward to the Dravanian Hinterlands. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west of Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian Hinterlands. From there, it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Nath territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both. Fly to Annex Shrine. I checked last night to see if I could get into this territory, and it was completely blocked off. But now the door is open.
To the Thaliac River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian Hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge, now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Y'shtola says, Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thaliac River. Let us search for a crossing. This is such interesting music they have here. I really, ooh, we got a pop. I was gonna say, I really like how they introduce each area with the little voiceover from Count Edmond. That is a really cool touch. We got 2 Dragoons. But we're all doing the same. I bet we're both doing the same thing. Taking on this lunatic priest. We want to kill him as quickly as possible. That interrupted him or not. Yeah, they're living dangerously there. Always be ready to move with this. If you stand in like the middle third, you're going to be pretty safe. Usually hits in the middle first. That was quick. Oh, I suck at that. The other Dragoon's in the same outfit I'm in. Except the female version. Which apparently has less coverage than the males. All right, I am not going to go complete that with Rowena because I want to get to a place. I want to get to a place where we can get the next Aetheryte. All right. While we're at it, let's see where we can pick up the next item where we have to. I'm thinking here out loud. Northeast. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. I see it. Completely passed by it. Oh, they're way up there. Okay. $709 yalms northwest. I've discovered a new location. To the west. I can't remember if it was in here or not. Kind of cool looking in here. See if I can see it. There you are. Go west, young man. Let's unlock this, because I got a feeling we'll be here. Oh, here's Y'shtola and Alfino. The bridge ahead has collapsed. I'm afraid we shan't be crossing there, but worry not, I know another way. See you the towering structure to the north. We should be able to cross there. Alfino says, but 15 years abandoned, and already Sharlayan has fallen into such disarray. Verily, a city is no more than its inhabitants. Let's see if it's at the top of this bridge. I got a feeling it's on the other side, but... Yep, it's on the other side of the bridge. Okay. I love the color of these tiles. It's just really cool looking. It's really cool looking. It's a nice view. Knowledge seeks no man, says Y'shtola. So says the motto of Sharlayan engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th astral era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Sharlayan journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavors. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted among Eorzea's great city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With their keepers lost to her, Sharlayan has become an empty husk of her former self. Oh, God. Goblin speak. Shka. Uplander is mistaken. Sharlayan has new keepers, is on cusp of new age of glory. Goblins, here to plunder the city. Well-spoken goblin says, Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alfino's. We were born here. Shumph. When Uplanders abandoned city, Uplanders gave up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. Elfino says, "My friends, please. We did not come to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you, and let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding." If that is truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement. Okay. Wilnix is standing guard, keeping Idleshire safe for Goblin Keep. For Gobbykin. Okay, Gobbykin. Alright, let's go with Tune to Aetheryte. And I'm going to make this one of my favorites. Take it off Tail Feather. Okay. See a keep here. Okay. We do have some blue quests to pick up. Unctuous Adventurer. Keeping up with the Alia pose, and an adventurer stands before you wearing a shite-eating grin and gazing at you in a way that makes you not entirely comfortable. Tia? Gav, Tia? Gods, it really is you. I've heard the songs and tales, but to think the day would come that I'd meet you in the flesh. Whatever have I done to deserve such an honor? Drat, of all the days to forget to polish my armor, you must think I'm a total bumpkin. But wait, dare I ask? No, I daren't. To impose on such a hero. Oh, but what is the harm in trying? Yes, I must try. You see, I'm in a bit of a bind, a pickle, if you will. You see, I've just taken on a task of sorts, a task far, far beyond the abilities of a two-gill greenhorn like myself. But you, yes, a realm-renowned hero like you could tackle this monumental task in your sleep, blindfolded and with both arms and a leg tied behind your back. So you'll do it for me, yes? Wonderful. Just head over to Rowena's and tell Chloe Poe you're there to help. Chloe Poe? Did I say Chloe Poe? I meant Chloe Aliapo. That isn't my silly little nickname for her, and I certainly haven't been frequenting her shop every day for the past 2 moons, that her ever-so-cute little smile might brighten my dark and dreary days, but I've blabbered on enough, haven't I? Ta-ta! Eloise is eager for you to rise through the ranks in Clan Centurio. So you're the famous Gav, are you? The clan's all abuzz about the talk of the brave young adventurers joined our ranks. But tell me, how is it a storied young feller like you's only approved to take on level 2 marks? Scared of getting that pretty face of yours scratched, are you? Well, it's up to you, but if you got the stomach for a new challenge, you go back to that inn and tell Ardolane that Yeloise says he's holding you back. If he doesn't approve you for more advanced marks, he'll have to deal with me. Okay. You know, have to be Gaimlona. Begging your pardon, sir, but I haven't got the time to chat right now. Handwritten message from Leardalona, granting you permission to trade collections with Gaimlona in Nidalshire. One of my little sister's suppliers, eh? Well, now that's different. Pleased to make your acquaintance. As you can see, the house has come to Idleshire, but we've only just gotten started. It is our hope that with the help of hard-working folk like yourself, it won't be long before we've the center of trade in these parts, and we'll do it by becoming the premier source of collectibles. Bring us whatever you got, and we'll pay you fair share in scripts. May this be the beginning of a long and prosperous relationship. All right. You can now trade collectibles to Rowena's House of Splendors in Idleshire. You may also exchange scripts for items usable by disciples of the land or hand by speaking with nearby representative. Okay. She's got something new for us. Gaimlona is concerned for the pecuniary fortunes of a friend. Well, if it ain't one of our most reliable collectors. Got anything good for us this evening? Actually, hold that thought. Just remembered that I've got something for you for a change, a favor to ask. You wouldn't happen to know a girl by the name of Sharlayan, would you? Sweet little thing, born into poverty. She worked her tail off for my sister until she'd paid off every last gil of her family's debts. Recently, she struck out on her own, renting out a corner of the hard place to run her own shop. Girl's got a nose for coin that's a match for anything in the realm, but she can also be a bit scatterbrained, which is what's keeping us up at night. We'd like nothing more than to stick by her side till she gets her new operation off the ground, but needless to say, we've got plenty on our own plates. That's where you come in. So what do you say? Think you could pay Jalori a visit and see that the girls making ends meet? It'd mean a whole lot to Rowena and me. Okay. That completes in 1 minute. Okay. Rumble. I don't know what that's all about. Huh. Crystal Tower illustration. Nice. Nothing for sale there. Okay. Why, yes, I'm Jloe Aliapo. However, did you know? Am I famous? That's so exciting. And also somewhat terrifying, but most certainly exciting. Oh, but pray tell, whoever might you be? Mistress Gaimlona sent you to look after me? Why, how sweet of her to ask. And you to come, of course. Speaking of sweets, have you tried Adkara's pineapple pudding? It's so smooth and sensuous and But where was I? Oh, of course. I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. With the loan I took out from Mistress Rowena, I rented out a room here in the cellars of the Hard Place. Can you guess what I'm using it for? Actually, let me just tell you. I'm running an orphanage. I call it Menfina's Arms because it's like she's holding the orphans and keeping them safe in her arms. Get it? I'm still new to this, but I've already learned so much. For one thing, running an orphanage is really expensive. So I've had to skimp on a few luxuries, food, clothing, and the like. Why, the last thing I ate was Addiker's pineapple pudding, and I had to make a single bowl last the week. It was a rather large bowl, mind you, but still. But this isn't about me, it's about the children and everything I could be doing for them if only I had more gil in my coffers. Don't worry though, Shloe has a plan. What sort of plan, you ask? You're looking at it. I've started my trading business right here in the little corner of the Hard Place. I acquire rare treasures and relics from the realm over and sell them to wealthy collectors for princely sums. Oh, if only I could marry a prince, all my worries would be... Wait, what were we talking about? What's in it for my suppliers, you ask? I was just getting to that. Seeing as how I'm on such good terms with Mistress Rowena, you see, I was thinking I could pay them back in scripts they could spend at the House of Splendors. I haven't actually asked her yet, of course, but I'm sure she'll say yes. Did I mention that we were really, really good friends? You know a thing about crafting, too? I knew this was Shloe's lucky day. Almost as lucky as the day when that nice old man paid 10 times what that stone was worth. A whole 100 gil. Just because I reminded him of his granddaughter. Anyhow, what do you say? You can be Shloe's #1 procurement specialist. You'll do that, won't you, for the children? It's for the kids. Oh, you're the best, the absolute best. I knew it the moment I saw your face. With you on my side, Shloe's House of Almost Splendors, I'm still working on the name, will be turning a profit in no time, and Menfina's Arms will spread wide to hold every poor orphan in a loving embrace. Anyhow, let's make this official. Gav, was it? Shloe is oh so looking forward to doing business with you. Did I say that for every collectible you bring to me, I'll pay you in scripts redeemable at Rowena's House of Splendors? I did. Good, because that's exactly what I'll be doing. Provided Rowena approves, of course. Which she will, I promise. That's how Rowena pays her hardworking employees, after all. No gil, just scripts. Why, I can still remember her counting them out. 1 script, 2 scripts, red scripts, blue scripts. Take off 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. This is a Dr. Seuss book. Papa Cat Gamer read it to Mama Cat's children almost nightly when they were very, very little. It's a great memory. She'll be positively thrilled that Shloe's following in her footsteps. I just know it. By the way, read to your kids every night, particularly if they're little. Huge help for them learning to read, and it kind of instills a love for reading for them, and it's a great bonding time, man. You just, those are priceless memories. I see the sparkle of curiosity in your eye. But Shloe, you ask, without any guilt to your name, how did you purchase food, drink, and other basic essentials of daily life? You weren't wondering that? Well, Shloe will tell you anyway. At Rowena's House of Splendors, you can purchase an enormous flagon of pineapple juice for the low, low price of only 130 scripts. And who needs food when you have pineapple juice? Not Shloe, that's for sure. Pineapples. She's a little obsessed with pineapples there. Gav's going, oh my god. It's like, really? But where were we? Oh. You're probably wondering exactly what sort of treasures I'm looking for. Well, I'd be happy to explain. Shloe has her eyes set on exotic treasures of Near Eastern make and design. A little bird told Shloe that Near Eastern culture is all the rage among the Ishgardian nobility these days, and who is Shloe to disappoint such potentially generous customers? I'm counting on you, friend. And remember, so are the children. Oh, what do we want there? Oh, you get both. Okay. Custom deliveries unlocked. I think that's the first one we've unlocked so far, so we'll go pick that up. Satisfaction guaranteed with Jloe. So we got to rank 1. Retreat of Trout? Oh. Okay, that's the job quest for Culinarian. Alright, custom deliveries. The timers are here under next mission allowance here. I wonder if I have those bam braces. I might. Not, I can buy them. All right. So for custom deliveries, what do we need to bring to her? This will tell you what you need to bring. She needs Near Eastern antiques, and we're going to make 3 of them because she only takes 3 before you get to the next level. I wonder if I can make them. Yes. Now we can buy, you can make the components, okay? Or you can just buy them. All right, and I need 2 each, so I'm gonna need 6 of those. You can buy them from the scrap salvager here. And I want the... Make sure I buy the right thing. Okay, I need Near Eastern antique components. Okay, I bought the wrong thing. Okay. I make them high quality because it'll make it much easier to... it'll make it much easier to craft the next items. Alright, one more. Let's go bring those to Chloe. Or Jloe. Not Chloe. Chloe. Welcome, Gav, here to help me do Menfina's work, I take it. Let's see how many smiles we can put on the children's faces today. Make a delivery. Items sought by Jaloy fall into 3 categories. Crafted items, obtainable by disciples of the hand, gathered items, obtainable by disciples of the land, and fish. Furthermore, Jaloy deals only in collectibles. In order to deliver an item, you must be at its corresponding class and level 55 or above. If you are level 99 or below, you will be awarded experience points instead of the level 100 scripts reward. Information on how to find individual items can be found in the following manner. For Disciples of the Hand, I'm choosing the search for item by crafting method. Subcommand with the list selected will bring up the crafting log and the relevant recipes. Materials necessary to craft these items may be purchased from the material suppliers in Idleshire's Free Walks Round Spot. For Disciple of the Land items, choosing the search for item by gathering method, subcommand will bring up the gathering log and the recipes in question. For knowledge on fish, choose the display location, subcommand will bring up the map of the relevant fishing hole. Furthermore, you may discover that using a metal spinner as a lure will expedite your fishing endeavors. The higher an item's collectability, the greater the reward you will earn from Jaloy upon successful delivery, which is why I took the time to turn it to max out the quality or collectability. To learn more about collectibles and how to increase collectability, speak with Jaloy and learn about custom deliveries. Okay. A piece of Radzatan's illustrious history. Radzatan is a place we will go to in Endwalker. With his guardians taking a greater and greater interest in foreign nations of late, trinkets and treasures from the nearest are in great demand. This is just what they're looking for. Now let's take a closer look. Oh, Gav! It's absolutely stunning. So stunning that it's a shame I have to sell it, but I will make the ultimate sacrifice for the children. In making your first successful delivery, you've begun to earn Jaloy's trust. With each successful delivery, Jaloy will grow more and more satisfied with your efforts. Fill the gauge completely and Jaloy's satisfaction level will increase, giving you the opportunity to learn more about your business partner. You can make up to 6 deliveries in a given week, deliver the items Jaloy needs, and deliver them often to win the trust and praise of your new business partner. Thanks to you, I've got so many Near Eastern treasures that I barely have space for them all. Fortunately, Jaloy knows some very wealthy individuals who can hardly wait to take them off her hands. I'm happy to say that your Near Eastern treasures have found no end of fans among the Ishgardian aristocracy. Why, with only the funds that have poured in thus far, I can safely say that Menfina's arms will stay welcomingly wide open for, well, at least the next couple of days or so. But is Jaloy going to rest on her laurels? Perish the thought, not when there are countless children still yearning for warmth and love. I can count on you, can't I, Gav? Yep. Oh, thank you. This calls for a celebration. Why, yes, I think I'll treat myself to that last bite of pineapple pudding I've been saving since last week. To Keb, if anyone deserves it, it's you, Miss Chloe. You're always working so hard to put food on our plates. Hello, mister. Who are you? Jaloy says, this is Gav, a famous adventurer. He's the one who's helping Miss Jaloy turn her trading business around. Dekeb, you're an adventurer, Mr. Gav? My mummy and daddy are adventurers, too. I wish you could meet them. Mummy and daddy are the strongest adventurers I've ever seen. They're always keeping the people of Idleshire safe from nasty monsters. Or at least they were. The other day, they went off to hunt something called a leet mark. They said they'd be home by sundown, but I haven't seen them since. Miss Jaloy says they probably just got lost. Anyway, I was so scared and lonely all by myself, and then I met Miss Jaloy. She's been so kind to me, just like a big sister. Sometimes she forgets to unlock the door or feed us, but I know that's just because she's busy. Right, Miss Jaloy? I just met you, Mr. Gav, and I like you too. Anyway, I'm going to go now. My best friend promised she'd tell me a story about dragons, and I just love dragons. See you later, Miss Jaloy, Mr. Gav. That's Takeb. Just between the two of us, search parties have been scouring the land for any sign of her parents, but nothing. I know I shouldn't get the poor girl's hopes up, but I simply haven't the heart to tell her the truth. Besides, Menfina may still work a miracle yet. The day after her parents disappeared, poor little Takeb rushed out from her home to the city gates. She waited there day and night in the beating rain and blustery wind, just so she could greet her dear mother and father with a smile the very moment they returned home. When I found her, she was sniffling and shivering in the cold, and that was when my inspiration struck. I would start an orphanage right here in Idleshire and take in all the poor children like Takeb who were crying out for a gentle helping hand. And that's why I must keep the task. Menfina's arms must spread wider and wider, that no child need know such pain and loneliness ever again. Rumble, rumble. Is it dinner time yet? Excuse me. I am going to take the stuff Kaisel. Oh wait, I think I get both of them. So for the first level, you only need 3 of those items. The next, you need 6, and you can only turn in 6 a week. So you get about... The first week, you get to level 1 and then halfway through level 2. There's 5 levels total. So it'll take like 3-4 weeks-ish to get through them. Joey Aliopo is pleased with your efforts. She now considers you a friend to the orphanage. That's a cute little story. Yet there is still much more work to be done before the finances of Menfina's arms are stable. To that end, Joey Aliopo has a new favor to ask of you. Thanks to you, we're doing better than we were. At least Shloi's paying the rent now, and I'm afraid to say Menfina's arms is still a long way from achieving true financial stability. So Shloi got to thinking, perhaps we've been doing ourselves a disservice by limiting our dealings to the Ishgardian nobility, no matter how wealthy and generous they may be. That's why Shloi's decided to look the realm over and look big. I'm talking about consortiums, cooperatives, and conspiracies? Commiserations? That doesn't sound right. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is I've found a promising new client, Master Gegeruju of Gegeruju Shipping. Have you been to his resort at Costa del Sol, Gav? They say the sun shines bright on waters clear every day of every year. That rhymed, didn't it? Anyway, I had an idea. What sort of rare trinkets and treasures do you think might tickle the fancy of those who live in a world of endless summer? If you're thinking cool and refreshing relics from the bleak, blustery highlands of Kurthus, then I guess great minds think alike. Yes, this is the perfect opportunity to build upon the foundation we've laid. What do you say, Gav? Are you with me? Yeah. The custom deliveries list for Joey Aliopo has been updated. To view the new list, speak with Julian and select Make a Delivery. So we need Kurthan's souvenirs. All right. Let's go make 3 of those. All right, I've taken a tumbler 3 with her Ned. I missed part of that conversation. I don't know what these rock golems are doing in town here. They're not usually here. Must be some kind of quest. All right. Kurthan. Let's see. Level-based recipes. Custom deliveries. So you click special deliveries, custom deliveries, Joey Aliopo. So we need to make 3 of them, so I need 2 each of the Kurthan souvenir components. All right, let's do this. So I wasn't able to do the highest quality item using the souvenir components, so I had to do the high quality ones. That got me part way. I want to turn in the highest quality available because that's the fastest way to do this. Because otherwise, if you don't turn in high quality, you don't fill up the hearts basically, and then it takes quite a bit longer to complete. I did not have enough CP to be able to complete it. There's probably some more efficient way of doing it that I don't know. There's probably some macros for all I know. But a lot of times people will wait until they're like max level to do some of these. If they're just wanting it for the story. I also want it for the XP, so may as well do it. Plus the story's kind of cute. Let's turn these in and then we will move on. Welcome back, Gav. I'm happy to say that the children are smiling more and more with each passing day. Make a delivery. Curthin souvenir. Curthin souvenir. A novel item to remember the northern region by. The Curthis Highlands are home to all sorts of treasures of cool, austere beauty. The wealthy patrons of Costa del Sol are sure to pay a good price for something this exotic and enticing. Now let's take a closer look. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely stunning. So stunning that it's a shame I have to sell it. But I will make the ultimate sacrifice for the children. Why, Gav, you've been working your tail off this week, haven't you? Speaking of tails, I really wish the orphan boys would stop pulling mine. Don't they realize how much that hurts? Anyway, I think you've earned yourself a much-needed rest. Don't go too far, though. Shloi's counting on you to help keep Memphina's arms going strong. You have delivered the maximum weekly of 6 items to Shloi. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 2 a.m. Sounds like one of the kittens is home. I wonder what's downstairs. Oh, okay. It's a door to the outside. I'm gonna Tumblr 3 with her, Ned, but that don't give her the right to steal my cow. Okay. Let's go back to Bard. Chloe Aliopo, the younger sister of Shloi. Hey there, mister. I'm Chloe Aliopo, and who might you be? Gavtia? The Gavtia? From all the stories? Wow, you're like a legend, a real living and breathing legend. This is so exciting. Did I tell you I love stories? Well, I do, and not just listening to them. I'm pretty good at telling them, too. I have this friend whose mommy and daddy went away and never came back, and, well, she gets lonely and cries sometimes, so I tell her stories to cheer her up. That's right, stories of brave adventurers like you. She likes my stories. She stops crying and even starts smiling and laughing. Seeing her happy makes me happy too. But lately, she's just been staring off into space again. It must be my fault. I bet all my stories are starting to sound the same. But then I had an idea. Do you know what it is? I'll ask great adventurers like you to tell me your stories, and then I'll put them together to make new stories of my own. It's a really great idea, right? Tell me you think so too. Yep, we do. So, will you help me? Rowena gives me all sorts of things when I work hard. So if you do this for me, I can give some of them to you. What sorts of things? Well, tone stones for one, and well, all kinds of other special stuff, but not my Mandragora pin. That's all mine. She's got it around her neck. It's cute. So do me a favor. Remember all your bestest stories and write them in this notebook here. I call it Chloe's Wondrous Tales. Because I have a tail and I tell tales. Get it? Oh, God. Every time your stories help me come up with a new tale of my own, I'll give you a present. It'll be a lot of fun for both of us, don't you think? Thanks, Gavin. By the way, you're even more handsome than I pictured you from the stories. All right, we unlocked Wondrous Tales, so... Welcome to Wondrous Tales. Henceforth, you can share your tales of heroism and daring do for the chance to earn valuable rewards. To begin, you'll want to obtain a Wondrous Tales journal from Chloe Aliapo. In addition to the one you've just received, a new journal will be made available every week. Within the journal is a card with 16 squares, 4 columns, and 4 rows, each representing a certain quest or duty, or category of the same, triumph in the corresponding adventure, and the square will be marked off. You can mark off up to 9 squares on a single card. Complete the conditions described within, for example, marking off 9 squares, marking off 4 squares in a row, and so forth, and deliver your marked journal to Chloe Aliapo, and the story-loving Mikote child will reward you accordingly. To view objectives and see which squares you marked off, as well as review certain reward conditions and time limits, you need only use the journal from the key items menu. The new journal will be available from Chloe every week on Tuesday at 2 a.m. Earth time. Well, 2 a.m. my time. Happy adventuring. All right. Let's see, key items is in your duty thing here. It ends up in your items in your inventory. I'm going to drag it to my bar because I use it fairly often. And it's just easier that way. So, Wondrous Tales. We have 0 second chance points right now. You can use second chance points to basically uncheck something that you've checked off. So we got dungeons 1 to 49, dungeons 50, level 50, dungeons level 51 to 59, dungeons level 60. So then that's usually the dungeons and trials that they have here. Or I'm sorry, leveling dungeons and high level dungeons. Trials, we've got the Binding Coil of Bahamut. We're gonna have to do that at some point. But you can do Bowl of Embers Extreme, Thorn March Extreme, Akafa, Amphitheater Extreme, Ultima's Bane, Limitless Blue Extreme, Deep Dungeons, which we have not unlocked. That's like Palace of the Dead. And then Frontline, they always have at least one PvP option here. But these are, you can do them on your own. I don't think you have to go through the daily roulettes for them. But how you get second chance points is when you have somebody new in your duty, you'll get what's called a second chance point. And when you have those, you can either, you click it, you can either restore the status of a completed duty to incomplete while rendering the status of an incomplete duty to complete, or you can change the location of all your seals, only available when current seal count is between 3 and 7. So you have to fill in 4 in a row to get what we call one line, and each line will give you better rewards. So if you get if you fill up 9 seals, right? you're going to get at least 500 tomestones of poetics, which is kind of handy to have, and a bunch of XP. A half level of XP. And it's based on the job that you're on when you turn it in. Okay, so if you have a job, and the higher the level in your job, the more XP you get. It's always at least half of an XP bar. Okay, so if you're like super low level, you're only going to get enough XP to get you from level 1 to 2. All right. If you're level 99, it's going to give you enough XP to get you half a bar of level 99, which is a lot, right? So the strategy a lot of times is to save it for your higher level jobs. The other strategy is to use it to the level jobs you don't particularly care about. Don't want to spend a lot of time leveling. So there's that. Some of these I can't get into. Like, I can't get to Alexander the Burden of the Father yet. That's a normal raid. I don't have those unlocked. I don't have treasure dungeons unlocked. I don't have Binding Coil of Bahamut unlocked. So a lot of these I can't do. Deep dungeons I don't have unlocked. I never do frontline because I never do PvP. I don't have Weeping City of Mach unlocked yet. So some of these I can't do because I'm locked out of them and can't access them yet. So when I finish, like, say I get a 1 to 49 dungeon and I end up in another one again for high leveling, I can use a second chance point to render that undone, basically. And it'll turn another square to complete it. So you basically uncomplete it, and then that allows you to get that sticker again for your book. All right? I don't think she can exchange... Oh, she can give me 270 items now. Nice. So this, yeah, I can get level 60 items here. Let's see what I got for jobs unlocked. Like, my Dragoon. I got him in level 250, but I can get 270 items now for him, which is really nice. Now I wish I had saved my 270 stuff. All right. Got a lot of 250 items here. I think I'm gonna wait to get more tomestones, and then turn them in then. All right, I was capped out on tomestones earlier, and so I bought unidentifiable ore. You can also buy unidentifiable shells, okay? And the reason I bought those is because Thanalan topsoil sells really nicely. And to exchange the ore for the topsoil, you can sell the topsoil in the market board for quite a bit, relatively speaking. Talk to Alfino. From the goblins' perspective, such a well-appointed city is certainly an attractive proposition. Y'shtola says, I suppose it's only to be expected that others would come and occupy a Sharlayan. Nonetheless, it feels akin to having strangers take over your home in your absence. Here is Heart of Settlement, name of Idleshire. Midnight Dew says, what have we got here, guest? Elfino says, greetings to you. I'm Elfino Levailleur, and may I introduce my companions, Gavtia and Y'shtola. We have traveled far in search of a friend and seek to cross the river. Midnight Dew says, but finding the main bridge collapsed. You went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew, is that right? Y'shtola says, that is the short of it. This place, Idleshire, I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say, I am surprised to find it so alive. Midnight Dew says, well, with all them precious artifacts lying about, 'twas only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in, but we weren't the first to arrive, neither. And then Slowfix and his Gobby friends were already settled. Slowfix says, at first, Gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now Gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. Y'shtola says, so that is what happened after we Sharlayans departed. Midnight Dew says, oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know? We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing, not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. And there's the Illuminati harrying us day and night. Slowfix says, pshka. Slowfix has bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding. Yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire. And Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Elfino says, well, I am not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. Oh, what should we get? Elfino says, from the goblins' perspective, such a well-appointed city is certainly an attractive proposition. I don't think they don't have new stuff to say. Slowfix wants you to eliminate the golems that prowl Idleshire. That's why the golems are around. Okay. So Uplanders agree to help? Good. Here's what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Sharlayan, yes? Sharlayans should know best way to deal with creatures. Sentinel golems? I dare say Y'shtola will know how to deal with them. So, we are to eliminate the golems. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata were employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses, and I see no reason why it should not still work. Let us divide the task among the three of us, the quicker to be finished with it. With the chat mode in say, use a keyboard or the software keyboard to enter the coded command noughts and crosses to unmake a golem. Okay. Y'shtola says, use the coded command noughts and crosses to unmake the golems. If all goes well, we can accomplish the task without recourse to violence. With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. I think this is kind of their way of getting us to go around and unlock these Ethernet shards. You've attuned yourself to all the Ethernet shards in Idleshire. Epilogue Gate is now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Where is Epilogue Gate? With a shudder, the golem crumbles to pieces. All right. Of all the luck, one of my golems was not receptive to the password and tried to pummel me bloody. Thankfully, I managed to dance clear of its fists and strike it down. I'm pleased to report that my golems obediently crumbled at my command. Golems are no more. Wonderful! Now we can resume work to expand settlement. Slowfix has the look of a goblin who is about to ask a favor. Shka. Uplanders helped Gobbyflock earn right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favor. Alfino says, another favor, you say? Slowfix says, short while ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gobbykin. Slowfix fears for her friend's life. Please find Fred before Illuminati do. Ishtola says, I am suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Alfino says, be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. Search for Slowfix's friend in the Maker's Quarter. Alright. See, we have a blue quest down there. Tap Clicks is eyeing you suspiciously. Shh. You are a stranger. You are a sneaky peeker. You are a thief working for Illuminati. You can't take these things. No, no, no. They are for all to enjoy. But Illuminati always try to steal and hide things. Tap Clicks must be on constant guard. If you say you are a Gobby friend, then prove it. Find Illuminati and defeat them. Drive them away from this place. All right, we gotta kind of go that way anyway. Slay Illuminati at the other designated area. Okay. Oh, down here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go turn that in right now. This little area here is where you pick up the normal raids. I think you have to complete Heavensward though to be able to unlock them. Shook! You slew Illuminati fighty force. You are true Gabi friend. The things here are for all people of Idleshire, but Illuminati try to steal them away. Illuminati is our enemy. Illuminati is your enemy. That means you are our friend. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Not exactly true, but there you go. Sometimes the enemy of your enemy is still your enemy. But sometimes they're allies of convenience. Oh, Brayflox is back. Okay. An Illuminati incident. That looks like an instanced quest, so let's check that out. Level sync in effect. You are above the maximum allowed level. It will be synced as follows. Level 60. Shook. Good the Uplander. Long time no eye catch. It's from Brayflox's long stop. Long time no eye catch. What is bringing Uplander here? Does Uplander have lusty eyes for junk of Brayflox? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflox. Trust me, Brayflox. We don't want to touch your junk. Brayflox is finding junk first. Y'shtola says, I knew I recognized that voice. Greetings, Brayflox. It has been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Wyskate gave me to understand that you are marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. It is wise to be here. Shah. Brayflox eat the Illuminati for sunupses. I eat him for breakfast. Quick thinks, all thoughts. Shah. Who eats who for sunupses? Whoa! Quick Things says, Brayflox all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowings of cheese make from Illuminati. Okay, so let's translate this, okay? Brayflox, it's stupid of you to come here after you were the dirty dealer, thief of the cheese recipe from the Illuminati. Brayflox did no unright. Cheese recipe is Gabi birthright. Brayflox didn't do anything wrong. The cheese recipe is our birthright. Save tongue flaps for trading in Death Pit. Save your talk for save your talk for the fight. I love how they make these instruments look so angry, right? Pray to godfathers for punishment is near times. Okay. Pray to your gods for your punishment is nigh. It appears we have no choice. All right. Keep the ones off her. She's got to cast this spell. It is done. All right. Brayflexes. Shee-hee! Illuminati, no match for furious gobfists of Brayflox. There's no match for my might. More junk is awaiting Brayflox muchly. Brayflox is taking leave of Uplanders. Okay. I got more work to do, so I'll talk to you later. Okay. Sort of how I feel there. Okay. Elfino says, so, that was the famous Brayflox. I have newfound respect for the company of heroes. That a motley crew such as theirs could achieve the feats they did bespeaks unwavering solidarity. Y'shtola says, being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Sharlayan. At any rate, we have fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna decline. All right. Alfino says, I had known that Y'shtola was capable, but to invoke such potent magic so effortlessly, I must needs redouble my efforts if I am to approach her level of mastery. Y'shtola says, one does not simply drift in the life stream. It is a constant struggle to hold on to your very essence. The experience has hardened me in ways I can ill explain. Slowfix says, Uplanders are back. Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? You're back. Did you find Slowfix's friend? Shh. Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflox. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflox would now be dead Gabi. Slowfix owes Uplanders a debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Brayflox are joined by unseverable Gabi bond. If Slowfix had known that Uplanders are friends of Brayflox, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders to Gabiflock at first meeting. So basically, saying Slowfix and Brayflox are, great friends. If Slowfix had known that y'all were friends of Brayflox, I would have welcomed you to the goblin community in the first meeting. Let us hope there are no further surprises. It would be an understatement to say that I am quite ready to move on. Slowfix. Okay, leaving Idleshire. A grateful Slowfix is ready to grant you your heart's desire. Shko. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honored citizens of Idleshire free to cross river at will. Okay. Alright, y'all have held up your end of the bargain. Really well. So, as promised, I'll make you an honored citizen of Idleshire, and you're free to cross the river anytime. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. So, I know you gotta leave, but we hope you come back often and, help us build our city. Alfino says, you are most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. Yeah, pretty much. I must confess, says Y'shtola. At first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others, but I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Sharlayan thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Gobwatch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels. You nod. Alfino, Gav, shall we then? I love her boots. All right, half 6, ebb and ether flow. Half 6 is fidgeting. This gives us an ether current, which is why I want to do it. Shock. Half 6 has very important tasks for trusty Uplander. Must be done with fastness. We have something for you to do very quickly. Etherite of Idleshire needs of inspection. Maybe needs upkeep too. If Gobbies do not take a look and fix little problems, its spinnings may shudder and stop, or there is a very big boom. But Half 6 does not have the right tools. Uplander, there is no time to waste. Half 6 needs Etherflow distributors. The nearest are in base of Illuminati. Come and raid their store pods. Hey, we gotta fix the Etherite. We need you to go get the supplies to do it. Okay, so we gotta go down that way. just have to say, I'm glad I'm not, like, phobic about bees and wasps. I'm sure that would not be fun for some people. I think it's inside this building. Got a little icon in there for us. Say, hey, this is Illuminati territory. I mean, I remember coming in here the first time and I was not anywhere close to the 10 levels above. Like dodging all this stuff. Yeah. Music in this zone is very ethereal. The piano work is just gorgeous. Such an elegant piece. All right, has Uplander found etherflow distributors? Yeah. Highly complex instrument used to gauge the stability of an aetheryte. Okay. Thank you, Uplander. With these, half-six can do upkeep. Uplanders of Sharlayan are making aetherites to whirl, using tricksy ancient knowings. If Gobbyflock uses tools and parts left by old Uplanders, then aetherite of Idleshire will stay spinning for many, many years. Okay. The Sharlayan, the original Sharlayans, used secret ancient knowledge to make the aetherites whirl, and if the goblin folk use the tools and parts left by the original settlers, then the Idleshire aetherite will keep working for many years. I want to say I might... I need serpent... Oh, I need serpent skin braze of scouting. Okay. I don't see any more. See anything in the hinterlands? Okay. Speak with the Gobwatch. Let's go talk to the Gobwatch. I wonder what the Clicklocks has to say. Clicklocks offers warm and hearty welcome to Uplander. Join Gobbyflock in grand experiment. Okay. What do our two scions have to say? Alfino says, so we are free to go where exactly? Y'shtola says, I shall be very cross if we are asked to clear this mountain of rubble. What do you bet we're going to be asked to clear the rubble? I'm shocked. By order of Chief Slowflakes, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. Finally, we can continue our journey, says Y'shtola. Uh-oh. I'm out of here. I just made it. Y'shtola says, barring any misadventures, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Adelshire, let us strike out at once. Alfino says, I'm ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. All right. Where do we gotta... Oh, we gotta speak with her here. Okay. Never mind. It's about ready to go out the door. I'm ready whenever you are. Okay. Y'shtola says, ahead lies the answering quarter where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. Oh, I thought I had a birch thing that I needed to turn in too. Birch spinning wheel. You know what? I'll take the Noble's Picatriz because I think that's a... Yeah, that's an item you can make with Alchemist, and this one's higher level than what I've got. Alright. A new Ethernet destination is now available. Prologue Gate. But the final leg of our journey remains. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. Y'shtola is ready to lead you to Matoya's cave. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the Hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You'll not find it unless you know where to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff. All right, let's head out. It's a nice effect. Having the grass growing up between the tiles there. An ether current. Good thing I saw that. All right, we found the last one. The last ether current, that is. Elfino says, all kinds of herbs grow here, and they appear very well tended. This is the entrance. You seem unconvinced, Gav. Well, that will only add to the surprise. A word of warning before we proceed. Stubborn geniuses make poor hosts, and time will have done naught to improve my master's temperament. Doubt not, but that there will be sentinels and traps, both to deter unwanted guests. But we'll not be deterred, will we? Go on and touch the wall yonder. You will want to have your weapon near at hand. What are you waiting for? Go on and touch the wall yonder. No, you go first. You're her friend. Jesus. The sentinels may suffice to discourage the average trespasser, but not the warrior of light. The way should not be clear. Come, let us go and see my master.
Don't you know it's rude to enter without knocking? The youth of today. No manners at all.
Though we neglected to knock, we did create something of a commotion. I had hoped that would suffice.
Heavy-handed as ever, I see. And still not a hint of grace. Some things never change.
To give credit where credit is due, I learned from the best. It has been too long, Master Matoya.
Indeed it has. Oh, it's good to see you again, my girl. And with your fiery spirit unquenched. But look at you, all grown up and womanly. The one there in the fancy duds, that's Louis Soir's granddaughter, I take it?
Oh, no.
Grandson, begging your pardons. You knew my grandfather, my lady.
Knew him? Ha! We were constantly at each other's throats. Like rabid dogs we were. Oh, he was a stubborn bucker, was your grandfather. Never a dull moment when he was around, though, I'll give him that. As for you, boy, I've known you since you were a rosy-cheeked babe at the teat.
And my sister too, I gather. May I say what an honor it is to meet you again, my lady?
Spare me the hollow pleasantries, boy. I'll wager my remaining good teeth you didn't come to a forgotten corner of Eorzea to flirt with a wrinkly old woman. Now out with it. What is it you need of me? Azizla. I never thought I'd hear that name again.
You are familiar with it?
As familiar as one can get from poring over musty old tomes. The Alagons set the Isle afloat not long before the sun set on their empire. Old Louis Soir and I often talked about it. The place is home to a research facility dedicated to finding ways of mastering mighty beings, such as primals and dragons. And find ways it did too, frightening ones. Such secrets as lie buried on Azizla aren't fit to see the light of day. And now you tell me a band of dragon-baiting primal botherers are trying to dig them up?
Indeed. And to make matters worse, the Ascians have a hand in their plot. They must be stopped, no matter the cost.
I see. Very well.
You will help us then? Truly? I had not anticipated such an impassioned response. Could it be that the presence of young blood has stirred your own?
Ah, some things never change. One day that pertness is going to cost you your tail, my girl. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Straightforward broom. Ivanipu, Stel, Swish, Swisharoo. I'm disrespectful to dust. Can you see that I'm serious? Self-possessed broom. Pews of evil, I swisharoo. Sweep with me or die. Can you do any less? Statuesque broom. Sud et itib. Dust. The bite shall none shall bite the dust. Swish swisharoo. Out of my way, adventurer. This is no place for adventuring. Let's see what the other one said. Live to sweep. Let's sweeping love. Saruragu is a picture of nervous energy. Woe is me, Ribbit. Master Matoya will have my hide. You are our guest, and yet you would lend me your aid? Oh, thank you, kind adventurer. I am in your debt, Ribbit. Permit me to introduce myself, Ribbit. I am Saruragu, a humble servant of Mistress Matoya. I am tasked with picking leaves from her herb garden, from which I make her tea. Alas, drawn to their medicinal properties, bugs have recently taken to ravaging the herbs. I attempted to get rid of the pests, but they are too much for a lone Porago to handle. I would be grateful if you would eliminate them in my stead, Ribbit. Mama Cat's kitten will love that. She loves frogs. Junkmonger. I think I got some items that I can buy here, actually. I probably should check and see if they're available on the market board, but I know a lot of these weren't. Well, at least we got one thing. Toro Rago, greetings and welcome to my mistress's abode. How may I serve you, Ribbit? What do you do here? I am Toro Rago, a humble servant of Mistress Matoya, Ribbit. In Sharlayan, it is commonplace to make servants of animals and objects by imbuing them with intelligence. By my mistress's grace, I was raised from a lowly toad to become a Porago capable of speech and reasoning. But be warned, Ribbit, for not all Poragos you meet will be as civilized and as refined as I am. The masterless creatures outside the cave, for instance, will attack passers-by unprovoked. Left behind during the Exodus, they have taken leave of their powers of discernment. In addition to we Poragos, my mistress also has brooms for her servants. Indeed, together we aid her in many and more ways, from her research to her daily needs. Indeed, there is no end to the tasks that want for doing, Ribbit. What kind of place is this? This cave is the hidden abode of Mistress Matoya, Ribbit. None are aware of its existence, save you and your companions. When my mistress first made it her home, it wasn't the most inviting of places. For one, the floor was bestrewn with the bones of various creatures. But through my mistress's magics and the broom's tireless sweepings, it eventually became the snug place you see now. The dampness remains, to be sure, but that happens to be how we Paragos like it. I hope you do not mind, Ribbit. Okay. Enchanted broom. Swish, swisharoo. Nothing to see here. Nice. Do you see the tomes lying about like so many cheap romances? They are priceless. My professors at the studium would have fits if they saw them in this state. Being here calls to mind my days studying under Matoya, though she was the strictest and most irascible of mentors. She led by example and inspired one to greater heights. Were it not for her sage guidance, I should not be the woman I am. Matoya is in a mood to reminisce.
"'Twas some 50 years ago, shortly after Garlemald had brought all of Ilsabard under its rule. Faced with the threat of invasion, the people of Sharlayan scrambled about for a means to resist the Empire. For my part, I was tasked with developing an etheric converger.
Ah, yes. A device which draws in ether and concentrates it to produce a destructive force.
But as my research neared its end, it was denounced by the Forum, who claimed that my device was more likely to destroy us than our enemies. After that, they and I had a little falling out, and I decided to seal away all the fruits of my research, lest the dunder-headed ingrates reap any benefit. Ha! Petty, I know, but gods, it was satisfying.
Do mine ears deceive? 'Twas you, was it not, who was so fond of saying that all knowledge exists to advance mankind, that how it is used depends on us?
I don't remember. Perhaps. All right, yes. It was a pet phrase of mine. And that should give you a notion of how sick and tired I was of those spineless wretches of the Forum. All talk and no trousers, that lot. That's why I decided to remain behind, rather than join the Exodus.
You may have had your disagreements with my grandfather, but upon that point, your minds were as one.
With respect, Master, the fruits of your research should not be left to spoil. Will you share with us the secrets of the etheric converger?
Aye, I will. All the information you need is contained in a tome I wrote on the subject, but you'll have to fetch it from the forbidden section of the Great Library.
You were not exaggerating when you said that you had sealed it away. Though the city is abandoned, the library's guardians are all but certain to remain. We must needs cut a path through them. Come, let us away.
Not so fast. You don't expect that you can just waltz on in now, do you?
See if they have anything new. Nope. Oh, the Great Library's guardians shouldn't pose any difficulty for a hero like you. But if it turns out that you aren't up to the task, well, then I'll know you can't be trusted with something as dangerous as an etheric ram. I'll put a pair of familiars at your disposal. One's a Parago who will help you locate the tome. The other's that broom yonder who will let you into the library. Well, what are you waiting for? Introduce yourself, boy. Greetings, good sir. I am Broomsy, my lady's servant of some 50 years. May I say, what an honor it is to serve you. I am given to understand you wish to enter the Great Google Library. To find it, pray. Head east upon leaving this cave. The building will come into view shortly after you reach the collapsed bridge. I shall go and fetch my fellow familiar on my way to the entrance. When your preparations are in order, pray come and meet me there. It will be my pleasure to unlock the door for you. Okay. Go to the cave exit. We're gonna go turn this in. The bugs are no more. Oh, thank you. Not only are you kind, but you are strong as well, Ribbit. Now I can resume my duties again, harvesting and making tea. It is all I am capable of. I'm a failed creation, you see, and like my mistress's other children, I'm incompetent and clumsy. For want of a task I could perform, she bade me serve her tea 7 times daily. But even this, I needed assistance, Ribbit. Unless I make myself more useful, 'tis only a matter of time before my mistress removes my enchantment. Then I would revert to an ordinary toad, incapable of speech. I cannot bear the thought of that. I must become a better servant, and I believe that I can do so. If only I knew what my mistress desires. Having received of her blessing, the brooms here are bound to possess this knowledge. Alas, they refuse to talk to me. But as you are our guest, they cannot willingly ignore you, even as if they are not entirely cooperative or forthright. Pray, speak with them, Ribbit, and acquire the information I need to survive. All right, we will come back to these another time. I don't need them to unlock the ether currents right now. Rest assured, we will, since, you know, my plan is to do every single quest. PvE quest, that is. All right, to get up there, you have to go up these stairs here. Iphorisaurus? Perorago. I am Perorago, Ribbit, and it shall be my pleasure to guide you in the library. Elfino says, the Great Gubo Library. Whatever the reason, it boggles my mind to think that such a great repository of knowledge could be abandoned. Stola says, as a child, I would often come here, not only my master Matoya's. Let me try that again. As a child, I would often come here, not only on Master Matoya's errands, but for my own research besides. You stand before the Great Gubo Library, one of Heideland's foremost repositories of knowledge. Alas, it has fallen into disuse since the exodus some summers since. In all those years, its halls have welcomed not the coming of a single soul. Its floors felt not the loving brush of a broom. Mine apologies, sir. Pray, pay no mind to the dreams of a humble broom. You are doubtless eager to venture within and retrieve my lady's tome. I shall unlock the door at once. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. All right. The library is now available. Okay. I don't know if this is, yeah, we can do it with a party of NPCs. I wish you good fortune in your search. When you have what you seek, pray return to the cave and report to my lady. Okay. We can do it with a party of NPCs, so... But it is getting close to dinner time and Papa Cat Gamer, and the kittens have to be fed. So, we will leave it here for today. We made some good progress, did some other interesting things. Oh, wait, no. I'm going to leave that here for now. I do want to go back and work on that. I'm going to go do that. Because I think she's going to have some more items for us to collect, and I want to be able to kind of collect those along the way. So I want to unlock that quest. We need to be on our Dragoon. Clear on the deal, then run along and fulfill your part of it. We got the Amdapor glyph, a carved stone tablet dating back to the 5th astral era, sought by naturalists and collectors of relics. Ah, good lad. That is exactly what I was after. You're honored your part of the deal. Let me try that again. Oh, good lad. This is exactly what I was after. You've honored your part of the bargain, and so I'll do the same. Deliver the copy of the Book of Renette to Geralt. And back to Geralt. Back to pester me so soon? Judging from that smirk on your face, I take it you've found what you need. Book of Renette, a leather-bound copy of religious Ishgardian text portraying the life and times of Saint Renette. Aye, this text is about Saint Renette, all right. But gods, would it have killed the bugger that wrote it to use normal bloody words? That's how everybody feels about talking to Eorzea, right? It'll take me bleeding moons to get through this lot. Time I could be spending on kettles. While I try to make head or tail of it all, why don't you take this here unfinished Gaebog and try it out? As I mentioned before, it's still missing some, but it's all there shape-wise, meaning it should serve you just fine as an ordinary weapon. Seeing as you're a ripe old Dragoon, mayhap you'll be able to feel out exactly what it wants for. That's to say, get out there and fight some nasty foes, as Saint Renette herself must have done back in the day. Nadalin, the Ixali stronghold over Kurthus, ought to serve your needs. Aye, the same place you found the lance. Pit yourself against some Nadalin boldwings, fog collars, and swiftbeaks, 8 of each, say. Come back to me to tell me what you gleaned. With the information in the text and your first-hand experience, I reckon you'll solve this puzzle yet. Okay. Let's go to Kurthus. And go over to Camp Dragonhead. Okay, so we have to have that equipped. All right. Speak with Geralt. Kind of handy to be a little higher level, right? Everything dies faster. Back already? By the frown you're wearing, I take it you got nothing to show for your time with the birdman. Might be as you want for better sport. And I know just the creature what'll give it to you, the Hydra that reigns over the fiends within Halatali. Nasty piece of work, that. Try not to piss your britches when you see it. Hydra can be confronted via the Duty Finder upon examining the quest destination situated by the entrance to Halatali in Eastern Thanalan. Please note that the trial of Relic Reborn the Hydra must be completed while equipped with the unfinished Gaebog. I think that'll do it, because we got to get dinner done. And we will tackle the next quest with it. Alright, cat joke. Gotta have our cat joke. Alright, why did the cat complain all the time? He heard that cats have wine lives. Wine lives. Alright. On that note, cats and kittens, Mama Cat Gamer is going to sign out for the night, and we'll be moving along with some more dungeons and such at our next adventure. So, Mama Cat Gamer is signing out. Y'all have a great one.